Rajasthan, India's largest state by area, is making notable efforts to transform its education landscape, particularly for girls and disadvantaged communities. Known for its rich history and cultural heritage, the state is now becoming a focal point for educational reform aimed at inclusion and equity. Over the past 2 decades, Rajasthan has invested heavily in strengthening both primary and secondary education. The state now has 9 universities, more than 250 colleges, 55,000 primary schools, and 7,400 secondary schools. It has implemented various initiatives such as upgrading upper primary schools, hiring more teachers, and introducing schemes that encourage participation among girls and marginalized children. Government-led efforts have been complemented by civil society programs aiming to reduce gender disparities and promote universal enrollment. Schemes include Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or Save the Daughter, Educate the Daughter, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya, a residential schooling initiative for rural girls, and Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, or the National Mission for Secondary Education. All 3 have been instrumental in increasing access, retention, and infrastructure for girls' education. But progress, while visible, is uneven. In Rajasthan, gender injustice in education still casts a long shadow, keeping many girls from learning freely and fully. Gender justice refers to the process of ensuring that all individuals, regardless of their gender, have equal rights, opportunities, and access to resources. It involves addressing and eliminating gender inequalities and discrimination in all aspects of society, including the family, community, market, and state. The Indian Constitution enshrines equality regardless of age, caste, creed, religion, or, more significantly, gender. This includes promoting gender equality in various aspects of life. Yet, the lived realities of millions of girls and women living under Indian patriarchy reveal a stark dissonance between constitutional promise and societal practice. This reality takes root in childhood, where access to education is not a given but a privilege, one too often denied to girls. Under various articles of the Indian Constitution and the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act of 2009, free and compulsory education is provided as a fundamental right to children aged 6 to 14. In 2015, India adopted SDG 4, which seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. Believing that education is a great leveler and is the best tool for achieving economic and social mobility, India's new education policy aims to provide all students a quality education system, with particular focus on historically marginalized, disadvantaged, and underrepresented groups. However, these commitments have not translated into equitable outcomes for all. Despite the widespread availability of schools, significant disparities persist, particularly in the education of girls, showing that access does not guarantee inclusion. In Rajasthan, the struggle for girls' education is particularly pronounced. Rajasthan continues to have the lowest female literacy rate in the country at 52%. According to a 2018 National Statistics Office report, 44% of girls in the state have never had any formal education or enrolled themselves in an educational institution. The 2021 National Family Health Survey paints an even more sobering picture. More than 21,800 girls had dropped out of school before the 2019-2020 academic year. Among them, 7% exited due to early marriage, even though child marriage is illegal in India. Child marriage remains one of the most formidable barriers to education. Nearly 47% of Indian women aged 20 to 24 were married before the age of 18. While the incidence of child marriage in India is at a decline, in states like Rajasthan, the prevalence still exceeds 60%. These realities stand as a powerful illustration of how gendered expectations, poverty, and systemic discrimination intersect. The numbers speak volumes. In 2010, for every 1,000 boys enrolled in school, only 857 girls were enrolled. The following year, this figure dropped dramatically to 538 girls for every 1,000 boys. And in rural areas of Rajasthan, a girl is more than twice as likely to be out of school compared to a boy. A deeper look into the causes reveals patterns of economic and social exclusion. Among girls who have dropped out, 13% left school to engage in domestic labor, highlighting how caregiving and household responsibilities are overwhelmingly feminized. Often, these girls are raised without any expectation to complete their education because in the eyes of many, they will, quote, just end up as mothers of the next generation, unquote. The pandemic exemplified further the widening gap. With schools closed and digital access limited, girls were disproportionately affected. While the Indian government introduced online learning, only 11% of girls reported being able to access them. For many, lockdowns translated into increased workloads at home or early entry into the labor force, making the return to school increasingly unlikely. The result, what was expected to be a temporary disruption in education, became, for many girls, a permanent detour away from formal learning. Despite Rajasthan's significant progress in achieving high primary school enrollment over the past 2 decades, even the most well-intentioned interventions can falter in the absence of attitudinal change. The state still holds the second lowest overall literacy rate in the country and the lowest female literacy rate, where only 52% of women can read, write, or perform basic calculations. Achieving gender justice, especially in education, demands more than schemes. It calls for a change of perspective, a cultural reimagining. When a girl is seated in a classroom, she gains more than just an education. She gains a voice and a choice to break the shackles. Education brings a paradigm shift in the lives of girls, not just in Rajasthan, not just in India, but in every nation.